Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back. So we just got done doing a live stream and we are off to another one. So this is Aquarium Talk and everything in between. So you never know what you're going to get. Not everybody's going to like every episode, but hey, we're putting so many out. I'm sure you'll find something or, one of the subjects we talk about that you would find very interesting. So on the last show, I had to give a shout out to Analog 306 for simply putting out that they would like to see, or I was talking about aquarium shows. And, you know, we were talking about what they'd like to see at the show, different, all that cool stuff. And Analog 306 says, seeing the small companies take on big companies and producing a better product. So I was like, you know what? I think that'd be a great topic. This is, aquarium stuff related, all related stuff and everything in between. So why not do a 1 hour live stream on seeing smaller companies take on bigger companies. And I'm going to give my 2 cents of input on that as well. When it comes to that, excuse me for the volume, but I definitely will be doing that as well, giving my input and how I feel about that. So as you guys are coming in, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and let's enjoy 2021 for what it is. Thank you. Don't be afraid to come in and say hello. Don't be afraid to, ask questions or any of it. 2021's strictly going to be the year where we just bring it, okay, and have fun. I think we all been pretty much cooped up long enough and need to do something different. So with that being said, shout out again to Analog 306. Hey, how's it going? Rico, love what you do and stand for man. Appreciate you. Hey, appreciate you for being a supporter of Rico's Aquarium. So with that being said, I want you all to think about that of what Analog 306 said. Seeing small companies take on big companies and producing a better product. I will go on even further to say, not even just producing a better product, being a small company, being better than a bigger company when it comes to customer service and care. All right. Now, I'm pretty sure at some point of time when these big companies, before they got big, they did have better customer service and care and stuff like that. Just saying. As time went on, as one does, you forget where you came from. You forget the things that actually mean something. That something we're talking about us little people, the people that matter, the people that help grow your company, the people that put money in your pocket, us as hobbyists, eventually are forgotten. It's a shame that happens. It is very unfortunate that happens. And companies can be mad and say that's not true. It's very true. You do have disgruntled people that you just can't make happy. Trust me, I'm doing YouTube. I know. You just can't make them happy no matter what you do. We're not talking about them people. They're irrelevant, okay? We need them because it does help when they have our name in their mouth all the time. Brings people want to know what's really going on because everybody has curiosity. So it's not that they're irrelevant, but they're irrelevant, okay? Smaller companies have an advantage over big companies because they are small and they're going to do what it takes to gain people's trust and show people that they do care. And guess what? Starting off, they do. A lot of times they do. It's how do you keep a small company once they grow big to continue the same practices when they were small. That is key, right? You can't. You just hope the individual that is the individual company that you choose to work with and go with has morals that no matter what, they're going to stand by, and they're going to, as they grow, they're going to continue to be the same as they were when they were small. I would like to see small companies outside of, doing products and stuff like that, trying to engage in building some of their own products that are better than, or can compete against some of the bigger companies out here when it comes to aquariums. Aquarium industry, the aquarium needs, should I say. We're not just talking about tanks here. We're talking about everything that we need as hobbyists in the aquarium industry. Rico, how do I become a member? It should be right there when you go to my page. It should say something about members. I don't know if you're on an iPhone. If you are any iPhone users, please help them out. I think you might have to just do it from a computer if you have an iPhone. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know on Android or something like that, at the beginning of when you go to my thing, it should give you an option, member or whatever. Let me see. If I go to my stuff, let me see. So on my page, it says right under Rico's Aquarium, it says join. There's a join button. So once I look up Rico's Aquariums, it does say join. So I think that's all it is. Yeah. No, I don't know. So we'll see. I on iPhone. I don't know. Do you have a computer? iPhone. You might have to look in there. Maybe go into that page and then community or about. Once you look up my thing, maybe go into about and maybe it's somewhere in there. Let me know if you find it or whatever. Obviously, if you find it, you'll find what you want to become, how you want to become a member. But and appreciate you want to become a member, by the way. So small companies, what I would like to see is hold on. I heard somebody. Check my camera. What I would like to see is a small company start making or dabbling in making a product that can compete against the bigger companies, and maybe make it more affordable to the consumer, the end consumer. Yesterday we were talking about some of the products that were affordable for beginners. And what's up, John D? Thank you for coming in. More affordable for beginners, or so it's not breaking the bank for beginners for them to get in and try to dibble and dabble into the hobby, see if it's right for them. You don't want to start somebody off with all this expensive equipment and then they find out that it's just not for them. I do believe in mine once, but that's somebody with some experience, not somebody getting into the hobby. They're intrigued on what they see. They're intrigued on it, but they don't know what it takes yet. So, finding products that are going to help them grow and not, make them be like, feel all the pain of paying out all this money for very high-end expensive products is a thing. So, just listening to see if I thought I heard my dog whining, but anyway, yeah. So, with that being said, we are. That's where we're at. What do you guys how do you guys feel about that? What do you guys think about small companies take on big aquarium companies? What do you guys what do you guys think about that? Can I get somebody's their opinion on that subject? Open it up to the chat and see what you guys think. Once again, I do apologize when it comes to I've been off YouTube for a while. People are constantly telling me that they're not getting notification. Flashkin, did you get any notification? There's a lot of people that I'm getting that says they're not getting notification. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what to tell you. I've been off. It could be because I've been off YouTube for quite some time. And see, no notification. It could be somebody at YouTube headquarters. Somebody done paid them to play with my channel. And maybe somebody that works at YouTube watches my stuff and maybe mad at me. I don't know. Just my opinion. I don't know what's going on with the notifications, to be quite honest. So I don't know what to tell you. Try to undo the bell and put the bell back on. Notification bell. That's all I can say. People are, not getting notifications. I can't help it. So, but what I can do is keep making these regardless who's in here, who's not in here, and just put them up. It could be just because I'm out the algorithm now at this point because I've been off for so many months. That's a good possibility. And now I got to pay my dues and do what YouTube says and make lots of content before they let me in the door again. I don't know. But regardless, they're up. Whoever gets to the videos, sees the videos. Eventually, those videos are going to pick up steam and people are going to be able to see them. I mean, you can see them if you go to my page. You're going to see them. But you know what I mean. Pick up steam and whatever. So with that being said, I apologize if you're coming in late. You can always watch it after it's done. Leave comments after it's done. All I do is do the thumbnail and all that stuff. Real quick, Flashkin. I do not have an iPhone, but there should be a join button when YouTube released members' iPhone. Did not support it. The workaround was to open YouTube in Safari browser. There you go. Not sure if integrated yet. So Tyler, there you go. No notification, obviously. Go to settings on your device and turn them on. Okay, onto your device, turn on. So does that mean for iPhone and Android? So go to settings on your device and just turn them on, notifications on. So there you go. Probably that damn giant pet of your right. I believe small companies are on the same playing field as the larger companies. Staying busy. Okay. Staying busy has commented. So can you please elaborate more on your comment? Just for everybody that might be driving and listening, can't read the chat. Staying busy says, I believe small companies are on the same playing field as large companies. I guess in large playing field on as in what? I think smaller companies, I personally feel, are not on the same playing field. I think the bigger companies throw big money at bigger, big advertisements and stuff like that. I think obviously the bigger you are, the bigger you stand out, the more you're going to drive more people to you versus a smaller company is going to drive more people to them. I don't think smaller companies, I think you got to remember this. It's like the playing the YouTube game, the algorithm game and all this. Things, a million things have been said 50 million times. All right. It's what you do is what's going to stand out. Should you not talk about a subject because somebody else already titled the subject or whatever? No, you can put an exclamation mark. You can put a period behind it. You can put whatever. Just critique it just a little bit. They might be in front of you because of X, Y, and Z. But then by you doing what you did, you might be in front of them or be more suggested because your thumbnail. Clickbait thumbnails, are going to get more people to go, what's this about? I personally am not about clickbait or any of that. Because I think people are curious. So definitely you're going to get a lot more clicks. And if you're into that and want more clicks and want, whatever, then so be it. I think it's aggravating myself to click on something and it's not quite what it's supposed to be, I guess. But anyway, small companies are taking market share of boutique corals and products that big companies refuse to invest in. Case in point, made a little over 10K in 3D printing products 2020, word of the month alone. Word of the month, word of the mouth alone. Word of the mouth. What did I say? I don't know. Anyway, just by word of mouth. Okay, some people might say that's a lot, but it's not. It is, but it's not. People might say that's a lot, but word of mouth, yeah, it is. But that number could have probably easily, without, with the right bigger company, would have surpassed that by a long shot. Like 100,000, 120,000, and so forth. I feel that's just my personal opinion. The bigger you are, the more you have a leg to stand on, the more you recognize, and the more people are going to flock to you versus a small company. But all companies start off small. So you got to start somewhere, is all I'm saying. I mean, that's good for somebody that is self-employed, trying to, put their hands here, put their hands there, and to make 10 grand off of something, in the first year. I guess that is. Now take away, all the time. Take away your time that it took you. Take away the material costs, your time, labor, all this other thing. What did one make? And that goes across. The bigger you are, the smaller you are. But obviously, the bigger you are, that just goes. That goes to like, to nothing, because you're getting things like pennies on a dollar, and then your time you got. It is what it is. Just saying. Giving Apex and GHL a run for their money is refactoring, making aquarium controllers, dosing pumps, lights, etc. Their new products just launched. KH Keeper. What? Analog says 306 is a small company gaining momentum in Europe, giving Apex and GHL a run for their money if refactoring, making aquarium controllers, dosing pumps, lights, etc. The new products just launched. KH Keepers. Interesting. Company would take on the investment by the molds or produce it on a large scale. Yeah. Geo's Reef, same product for years, great quality, great customer service. And yep, Geo's been around for quite some time before it has changed hands. And, even with changing hands, it's been around a long time. A small company. Like Geo could be a large company. Maybe not large for the fact don't want to be large, don't want to get into not having the best quality of products at the end because things are being rushed. So sometimes a great company likes to just stay small for a reason or anything like that. So at the end of the day, it really is what it is. I think Geo could definitely be something out of this world. They make sumps. They make some crazy looking sumps. They're doing all kinds of stuff. But at the same time, I don't understand why they're not pushing to create this mega chain of their product. Like, really get more people in hands-on to build, to grab an inventory like nobody's business with their product so we can breathe a little bit. Geo's, he works his tail off fulfilling orders day in and day out. He left here, he was stationed here, moved to Florida, and stuff, moved everything down to Florida. But, I don't get it, but customer service, maybe I think his customer service would stay the same, just because I know who he is as a person. But I get it. There's a place for small companies, is what I'm saying. Place for everyone to make some scratch. That is very true. That is very true. There's a place for everybody, and Geo's a prime example of that. Ain't going nowhere. Does just fine. I think they could do beyond just fine, personally, but choose not to. Choose to stay right there, no matter what. It's a matter of does a company meet people's needs? Some people want in a walkie that has been around for 1,000,000 years and just works. Some want the adjustability of a DC pump. That is true. Some do. Sometimes it doesn't matter on DC or AC pumps. People just want something that maybe just works. Fill gap and make some scratch. Lots of people these days make a living identifying gaps not addressed by large companies and rapid producing products. Once again, very true. Also, small companies have to innovate and offer something more to get noticed. Big companies tend to look for that bump they can remove to save 0.05 per unit. Some keep quality, many don't. Flashkin, I have to agree with you there. Make 3D printers affordable, opens up people to make their own products. Very true. Totally off the subject. But what are your thoughts on buying a used tank? Safe or not? What do you look for? How old is too old? Dan, these are subjects that I'm going to be talking about at later later episodes. Do's and don'ts, whys, what you should or should not do, what you should or should not buy when looking to buy X, Y, and Z product, what you should be looking for. I prefer not to answer that at the moment because I do want to talk about that as well. You're not the only one that's asked that question right there. And I think that topic, if I answer that, I have to get into a whole lot of this or that. And yeah, I have to get into a whole lot of this or that. Maybe if you remember here, let me, oh, there, oh, what? That's Simply Weefing. That ain't Simply Weefing. What Simply Weefing doing? What's up, man? How's it going? Hey, let me ask you, did you get notification? Did you get notification, Simply Briefing? I just have to ask. People are saying no. Did you get one or no? Right. What? Love it. Love it. Hit the dab on them. What's up? So this is a very interesting conversation when it comes to companies and where are they places or whatever. There are companies that are just small. And I feel because they're small, they're fine. Geo makes a hell of a product. Hold on. I think my dog's scratching. Go. Scratching up the door. Anyway, sorry about that. Making a lot of noise trying to wake the wife up because he's trying to get in the room knowing he ain't allowed in the room. And she just worked a 12-hour shift. And then he's screaming, like, go lay down, dude. You got a whole house. You ain't gonna be. And he stays up under everybody's feet. He's like not even 5 pounds, I doubt, maybe 5 pounds, if that. A house cat's bigger than him. He's always up underneath everybody's feet. I don't know how he has not sustained a broken foot or a leg yet. But he's a little punk. He's just little, he's a little punk. And I love him. He's our little $500 pooper, but he just can't stay from underneath people. And it's like, I don't understand how he not got hurt yet. And it's like, just go lay down. It's okay. We're here. We see you. You have a great life. It's just him. It's like almost anxiety for not being up against somebody all the time. It's a little annoying. I get it, but it's a little annoying. Oh, so you didn't get notification. Once again, everybody, if you're not getting notification, I do apologize. There's nothing I could do about it. All I can do is tell you to go to notifications, turn on your notifications, hit all, and hopefully that works. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. This is Gavin's friend. Hello, Gavin's friend. Hi. Shout out to Gavin's friend Logan. Hello. Give the dog CBD. Ryan, not. Anyway, with that being said, where was that? Oh, small companies versus taking on bigger companies. Is it really a thing? Do you think smaller companies are taking on bigger companies? Or do you think smaller companies should take on bigger companies and doing producing better products? And that is the moral of this. Should smaller companies take on bigger aquarium companies to produce better products? Yes or no? In the chat. And if you say yes, give a reason why, so everybody will know what your thoughts are about that. All right. Now, I'm doing this because my wife is sleeping probably for another 2 hours or so. So I might just stay right here with you and continue some more episodes. This is episode what, 14, 15? 15, I think. Is it 15? This might be episode 15. So this gives me time if I need to take a week off or 5 days off. I have plenty of videos y'all can go back and listen to at 1 hour at a time. So anyway, do y'all believe companies, small companies, it says they are taking on bigger companies? Waterbox came after Red Sea. Am I wrong? You said Waterbox came after Red Sea? Guess what, guys? I don't know because I haven't been in the loop. If so, what do you mean they came after Red Sea? What did they do or say? That's very interesting to me. Ryan, let me know. Ho, Simply Reefing. What are you saying, man? You coughing? Yeah. Additionally, if glass, look for it. Okay. Felix Mark controller. What do you? So Waterbox coming at Red Sea Reefer. So Waterbox, for you guys that don't know, is a small aquarium company that seems to be somewhat making a name for themselves or trying to make a name for themselves. Never had one yet. Never had one of their aquariums. So I honestly don't know a lot. I have seen them at the show. Seem like they got a solid product. Seems like. No, they're all small. I think with all small companies, obviously it takes a minute to really get going, get into a groove of things, and But yeah, smaller companies should worry about bettering their brand. If a big company is lacking, then the smaller companies would be next up. So, Money Mark J says, just for you guys that are driving and can't read the chat, I will repeat this again. Money Mark J says, smaller companies should worry about bettering their brand. And if a big company is lacking, then a smaller company would be next up. I think that's a great point too. I think that's a great point. What about companies like what about distributing companies? I can't talk this morning. That distribute multiple different brands of different products. What do you think about smaller companies like that? What would you tell a smaller company that is competing against big company and distributing other companies' products across the board? Like to hear your guys' thoughts on that as well. Waterbox decided to build a tank, ultra clear, clean, white stand, added a bigger sump and top off. So I guess that's enough to say that they want to be recognized better than, do they offer, the Waterbox offer, what type of lighting do they offer, package or anything like that? I would like to know personally. I haven't looked. I don't, because I don't want to be biased. I don't want to know too much unless I like to hear what you guys to say or what's coming out from in your guys' perspective. I don't like to look and try to get the info first and all this other stuff to persuade any of my thoughts or anything like that. I like to be, oh, really? Blah, blah, blah. And just kind of go with the flow and talk about it and whatever. And then maybe get the product and put hands on it and go from there as well. Yes, they should. They can use the best out there to make their end product example. I don't see. Hold on. Okay. I don't see. All right. Anyway. Waterbox was under a different name before they became known as Waterbox. That was the whatchamacallit in the room there, simply reefing. What do you want to call that? The cloud in the room. I have heard that as well, that they were actually another name. I don't remember the other name that they were before they became water boxes. If anybody knows, would you put that in here? So we can maybe go over that as well a little bit. They added hydrolights and Ecotech option that made Red Sea make their own lights, their own wave makers thing, and they never did, as they have been around forever. CoralView has most distribution on lock. Speaking of that, we're talking about companies taking on bigger companies. You know, this is Aquarium Talk, everybody, and everything in between, just so you all know. Sorry about notifications. I will be doing another live one right after this. Within probably 5 minutes of this one ending, I will go live and talk about another subject. If there is a subject while we are still here you'd like me to screenshot, maybe talk about in the next one, please leave it in the comment section. Also, make sure that you go to your notification, make sure all notifications on, maybe turn it off and then go back on and turn them on and see if that helps so you can get notified when the next time I go live. But I'm telling you now, I'm going live after this. So just giving you heads up. Okay, with that being said, distribution is a tough industry to get into. You have to seriously win on price or service. Many end retailers prefer to minimize the amount of companies they have to deal with. That is true. Distribution comes off as a difficult field to innovate to me. Yeah, buddy. Dang. I just watched Geo, YouTube, Calcium Reactor, Tidal Garden, Worldwide, Coral, Jason Fott. A lot of top players use his stuff. Should have known since you recommend it. Me and fans been in the hobby. They probably the same amount of years. We're the same age. Yeah, a lot of us are all the same age, and yes, we all use that product. A lot of people were trained to be afraid of calcium reactors. Unfortunately, you are told in making, when you look at things, they make it seem like it's a hard item to use, especially to make something look bad if you're trying to produce other stuff to be sold, like dosing pumps, which has a place in this industry, but we'll talk about that here a little bit later as well. So anyway, who's in Oceanic Planet Aquarium? Who is Oceanic Planet Aquarium? G Bear asks, anybody want to comment on that? I would say if they can't handle it, don't do it. Learn your niche, perfect it, and be successful. When the time is right to expand on and grow, then carefully execute the plan. I like that. Was well put. That was well put. Well put. Francis says, even if service is a bit lacking, dealing with one distributor is a lot easier than 20 small ones and a lot less time. Example, one big distributor may take 1 hour a week to gather orders and communicate. 20 small may take a whole day. YouTube hasn't, not as far as I know, limit the time to be live. I'm doing 1 hour because 8-hour live streams all at once. People might not want, I'm trying to stay into certain subjects and just talk about that. And when that's up, we'll move on to something else. So I'm trying to break them up into segments. A lot of people complain for a very long time. Like, can we change? Can we like narrow it down to a specific subject? It's 8 hours. I have to scroll through 8 hours to find what I might be looking for, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, and you know what? They're probably right. 8 hours, whatever. This way, an hour, I think is great for commuters that has a 1 hour commute to work, 45 minutes, whatever the case, maybe 50-minute drive. You can listen to this in the morning. You can listen to this on the way home. You have all different ways that you can listen to it, and it's not too much. I think 1 hour is perfect, keeping it down to 1 hour or less. We've been hitting about 1 hour every time. So as far as I know, they didn't limit anything. Not as far as I know. Planet Aquariums. Ocean was an old tank builder, now known as Planet. Yeah, okay, yeah, Planet Aquariums. A lot of things change so much, and it seems like a lot of these things are like slipped in. Company went out, this other name takes on and takes over. If they take over, usually it's the same people. They just change the name, couldn't fulfill something and whatever. Just like the mind stream. Oh, did I say that? We could talk about that too. Controllers. Anyway, so when it comes to smaller distributors and against these huge distributors, CoreView, somebody mentioned, CoreView is pretty much has all these things on lock. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about maybe one company that pretty much majority has everybody under one umbrella for the most part? What do you guys think about that? How do you guys feel about such a large company? Now, me personally, I don't like stuff like that. It's what we go through right now, like your Walmart, Sam's Clubs, and these mega chains, and they just consume everything. And once everything is under one and there is no real competition out there, you're going to pay whatever they say that you're going to pay, or you ain't going to have it. That's a very scary subject to me, but we'll keep it where it is. Rico, what do you think about the algae scrubber? We can talk about that. Reefaholic, good to see you, man. Let's talk about that. Make that specific to when we get into algae scrubbers versus Chaeto reactors or refugiums, because I do want to talk about and touch base, because a lot of people ask about that as well. So let's try to no disrespect. Let's try to wait on that and talk about these smaller companies taking on these bigger companies right for this moment. So long as that umbrella doesn't develop into a thumb. Anybody? Or are you guys typing when I asked how do you guys feel about a major company having all the cards, the majority of the cards in their hand? How do you guys feel about that? If you couldn't go to a BRS, if you couldn't go to what is it, Marine Depot, if you couldn't go to Saltwater Aquarium, if you couldn't go wherever else, and it was everything was under one. Have you guys ever thought about that, like what that would do or be like for you as the end consumer? I mean, I'm always been about competition. I think competition helps the playing field. I'm just saying. It's a bit of both, Rico. CV does well at getting products out there. Okay. But the international stuff, if they are behind on ordering or you need them to order random parts, it's a pain in the you know what, as Flashkin puts it. I think you're 100% right on that, Flashkin. I prefer more option, healthier competition, or healthy competition. I am with Jake Atkins on this. I prefer more competition. I prefer competition, and I prefer healthy competition. I have to wonder why one or their motive of trying to consume everything around them to become, you know, and to make sure there's no competition. I'm not saying CV is that, meaning core view is about that. At the end of the day, it is money driven. At the end of the day, when you see that, it definitely puts bad flavors in my mouth, because I do feel that eventually it's not going to be about the end consumer, and we can get into that topic because shut the door, please. Okay, go tell her. Don't tell me. I hate that when they do that. It's like, don't tell me. You know what you need to do. Go do it. You don't got to tell me to go do it. Like, just go do what you got to do. But anyway, and then you interrupt, my train of thought. I hate that. So, and I'm trying to think here where I was going with that. The brand value. So anyway, when you have a company like that, what I was saying is that it makes me wonder how they truly feel. It makes me question that they are not, they're more for themselves anymore. They're not for the people. They want to grab up everything, because the more you have and you create no competition, you pretty much do whatever the hell you want. And that's bad for business. That's bad for the end consumer, should I say. Not saying that that's what they're trying to do, but that's what it will. When you do that, that's what it looks like if you're doing that. Because at the end of the day, not all products are worthy of you carrying or distributing. Some companies seem to not care about that. They just want to grab it up so it's not in somebody else's hand to be pushed. Therefore, they have something somebody else don't have. So therefore, more people, if it does well, they're going to go that way and they're going to miss out on money. Like, who cares if you miss out? Everything is not for everyone. And if you have a company, I feel like that's continually trying to buy up everything around them or bring everybody in, what does that say? But I would like to see healthy competition between companies. Anyway, it's a bit, I prefer to know more. Okay. So anyway, as who is that? Jake said, okay. So we have that, and it is what it is on that conversation. I want to see more of your smaller companies and more of your smaller distributors I want to see more smaller distributors try to bring on more potential inventors on that's going to, make something and whatever. There's things that I thought about inventing myself for the aquarium industry. There's things that I would like to see maybe be a little bit better, or just simply things that I would like to make and brand myself. Once again, it's one of those things that, should I do something like that or shouldn't I do something like that? What is that? Where does that put me when it comes to, whatever? I can't, and I can talk about what it is that I want to do, or if I do come out with something, I can talk about it, but I feel like I can't really endorse my own stuff. Like, I can't, I have to just accept what other people think about it, and whatever else. Like, I can't have influence on my own stuff. I feel like a lot of times, there's things that I think could be made just a little bit better. Is it even worth the time or effort or energy to try to do something like that? You're dealing with all kinds of stuff, patents, and I have to patents, just all kinds of stuff. So sometimes I feel like maybe it'd be too much of a headache versus for me to do something than just, whatever, letting it go and whatever. But so with that being said, I think it's a great conversation. Staying busy is all and NDA. Uh-huh. It's not a bad idea. Try and test yourself first. Yeah. Says, I would like to try your product, Rico. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it. I don't know. I don't want to come out, dumb stuff or anything like that. But, there's some, there's a couple things that I thought about. And I could probably um, have a backer and all this other stuff for it. But, I need it to be awesome, and I don't, I'll have a problem if it's not what people, I don't know. Maybe I just beat myself up a little too much, and my expectations are um, out there. I think people fail to realize the size of the aquarium industry on the saltwater side. It's much larger on the freshwater side, uh, 50 times much larger. On the freshwater side, there are prime products that rival saltwater products. Yeah, they do. That is true. That is true. You know what you are doing if you are happy with it. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. Many companies tend to play in one side of the spectrum. That is true as well. If somebody wanted to innovate in distribution, they should track store inventory to minimize the effort of vendors. Hey, you have some 10 boxes of salt wheat/wheat for the last 3 times. Want auto ship? Okay, I get what you're saying. You have to put it out there to see if it's awesome. Product testing, brother. Yeah, you do. You have to put it out there. You do. So you just don't know until you put it out there. You either succeed or fail. And you have to accept, if you fail, what can what did you learn from it? What to do, what not to do. It is what it is. So I don't know. I was just curious. I think it's a very interesting conversation on that subject. Also, before while we're getting ready to wrap some things up. What are some of the interesting topics that you would like to talk about? Rico super sauce in a bottle. I have a sauce that I love that it's a little bit of my own concoction. Or maybe I should bottle it up. Just saying. But the main purpose is the quality, size, and demand of dry goods is why, as a small business, I choose to drop ship instead of hold major dry inventory. Well, also depends if you're a storefront or a basement person. I mean, the same thing. I mean, I could do this 10 times over. I choose not to, and I don't knock anybody for doing it. I have right now. I can have this room behind me set up like a store, literally, just like that. No money out of my pocket, no nothing. Okay. I have those invitations are out there like nobody's business. I choose not to. I'm a hobbyist. I'm not a store. I don't mind, talking about anybody that is worthy of talked about, where to get things from. I don't want the headache. I don't want the inventory. I don't want any of it. The overhead, the cost. See. Drop shipping is all I could do all that myself. I choose not to. I don't knock anybody that does do that though. It is what it is. There's a lot. It's easier to do that, but also if you're not a store, stores if you're a storefront, that's one. If you're not a storefront, that's why a lot of people do drop shipping and working with companies and having this or that. And I wouldn't keep certain products anyway, even as a storefront. Even if there are good products, I'm not going to put product's name out there. There's just not enough money to in it to have it on a shelf, like worth me holding your stuff on my shelf, and I'm only making pennies on it, taking up my space for other items that I can make way more money on. You get what I'm saying? I don't expect all you guys to understand that. That's, behind scenes, I guess, things I know. But just say. Next time, trace elements. Next topic. Trace elements. Okay, JB. Hey, what's up, JB Aquatics? It's the same issue with small coral dealers trying to start a business. Some people don't agree with it, and some people see the bigger picture. You can't knock anybody's hustle. I mean, at the end of the day, I knock people because I see people for who they are and what they are. People say, "Oh, that's hating." No, I'm a guy that sees you for who you are. I listen. I know the motive behind certain people doing certain things. That might show sometimes here on YouTube. Hey, I'm a street dude. I get the game. I'm not knocking the game. I'm not knocking the hustle, but it's the same stuff that goes on day in and day out that ruins everything. It's capital. It's greed. It's greed. Greed is the root of all evil. That's all I can say about that. Greed is I choose not to be part of that. And sometimes that comes off to those that I feel are on a different. I don't like it. I don't even like it when it's brought here. This is like my house. Like, I don't like what people sometimes say. I chose to do this, right? YouTube. But at the end of the day, there are things that I don't like because I know where it's coming from. It's not coming from a good place. And that's just that. And if I call it out, which I do, people call it, "Oh, you're crying. Oh, you did." Like, no, I'm not. I'm telling it like it is. I can't help that you butthurt about what I say, and you're not going to bully me to shut up. So it is what it is. All right, with that being said, guys, I'm done for this hour. I'm getting ready to start another one. I'll be back within a couple minutes. I wouldn't like it. I like options. There you go. Long been, and the more realized that they didn't take out one. All right. Local stores have been bought out. Okay, so I finally got my calcium reactor set up, and wow, love it. Glad you love it. All right, so make sure your notifications on. I'll be back here in a couple minutes, and we'll be on to the next topic. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this. If you missed this, you can always rewatch it after I'm done for the day with live streams. You can go back and rewatch all this. You can leave some input on those particular topics. You know, don't go into one video that you've seen on another video and decide to leave a comment about something. No, leave it on the videos that you listen to and maybe you feel some type of way or want to bring some light, and then I'll address it at that time. So once again, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for all new members here on my YouTube channel, and see you guys here in a little bit. Thank you. Peace.